Hi there, trust you're well. I don't know if you can see this. It's a boarding pass for a flight. It's an old one. I just saw this lying about in the house a day or two ago, and it got me thinking a few things about it. To be honest, the first thing I thought was, can't wait to be able to get on airplanes again and fly, because I love traveling. I love visiting places. I love going on holiday. I love even the airports. I love the buzz. I love the excitement. I love the people watch. I just love the experience there. And it just got me thinking a few things about planes, their journeys. And we're all on journeys in life. And I just noticed this. I don't know why it's still here. It's a few years ago. It's actually my wife's. But it just got me thinking, and just some thoughts about this boarding pass. So this is just one simple thought of a trilogy for the coming weeks around this. And it's basically a story with a thought at the end of it, because it brought to mind that trip, that journey. This is a boarding pass from London Heathrow to Glasgow, but that was only part of the journey. My wife and I, Kathy, had been on a short-term mission trip in Malawi with some friends from the church, Andy, Michelle and Nicole. And we'd actually gone from Malawi to Johannesburg, then Johannesburg to Heathrow, and Heathrow back to Glasgow. That was the plan. And I remember we had a great time, we had a great trip, but we came from Malawi to Johannesburg airport as part of the trip, only to find out that our flight was delayed until the morning. It should have been a 7 o'clock in the evening flight, and it has been delayed to 7 o'clock the next morning. And as much as the trip was great, we were really looking forward to getting home. We wanted to get home. It was a long trip and a long way home. And I remember the initial annoyance, frustration, disappointment, whatever you want to call it, all wrapped into one that, oh no, we've been delayed, we've been held back for 12 hours, which seemed like an eternity, to be honest. But as things unfolded, what happened was that we were put up into a room in the hotel at the airport, Johannesburg Airport. And to be honest, it's the best hotel room I've ever been in. It was massive, the bed was massive, the facilities, shower, bathroom, and other facilities were great. And that night I ended up lying in my bed watching Champions League football live on the big screen TV. So that part was great. Not only that, they also gave us a voucher to go to one of the restaurants at the airport and have a meal that night. All this free of charge. You know, what I thought was, we all have journeys in life, and sometimes they're disappointing. Sometimes things come in to stop our plans. All of us have had plans for the past year or so which have been thwarted or stopped for different reasons. And here we were on a journey home, and there's a disappointment. This wasn't working out to our plans. Wasn't what we wanted. But you know, sometimes in our plans, God changes things. God alters our plans. And what my experience of here was, it wasn't a bad alteration. What happened was good. Actually, we were more refreshed in the morning, slept great, washed ourselves. We didn't realise how dirty we were with all the dust from Africa, etc. So we were refreshed, we had a good meal, we had a good night's sleep. And the flight during the day, the next day, was a better experience than it would have been the night before. We got to Heathrow, and obviously our connection had been missed from the previous day of that morning. But what happened is we got on a flight, and this boarding pass, it says business. It wasn't economy, it was business. You know, sometimes God brings things into our life, not to spoil us, not to make it a bad experience, but to upgrade our experience. And sometimes God puts interruptions into our plans because we're not really ready for the next stage of our journey in life. In Johannesburg, we were probably better Well, we're definitely better prepared the next morning for that journey ahead than we were the night before. Refreshed and ready to go more than we were the night before. And maybe you have had plans and things in your life that, oh, it didn't work out the way I'd hoped it. This is not what I'd planned and hoped for. Well, maybe God is just putting an interruption into your life and into your plans so that you are better prepared for the next stage of a journey. See, we still came to the end of that journey we planned for. It's just the experience that we thought and the way to get there wasn't how. But God had other plans, and God's plans was an upgrade to business class. So don't be despondent. Just believe and trust that God is working all things for good because you love him. You're called to his purpose, and he wants to give you an upgrade in your journey to your destination in life. God bless you. Have a great day.